Hello and welcome to the IAAM Conference Volleyball Championship. I'm Morgan Knox. If you're just tuning in, warm-ups have come to a completion, and we will do our national anthem and go into starting lineups for each team. This conference game, I apologize, is between Annapolis Area Christian and Maryvale Prep. And one moment for our national anthem. And that will send us into our starting lineup announcements for the Annapolis Area Eagles and the Maryvale Prep Lions. Your home team tonight will be the Eagles, and the Lions are your visitors. So right now we are doing the announcements for the reserves for the Maryvale Lions, starting with number 5, Sophia Calvary, number 6, Lila Maricut, number 8, Malina Lopresto, number 9, Molly Stahovic, number 10, Lauren Shaw, number 12, Alex Wetzel, number 13, Mackenzie Richardson, number 15, Brooke Morrow, number 24, Caitlin McNulty, and number 25, Bettina McDonald. Now your starting lineup for the Maryvale Lions. Number 2, Abby Trocchini. Number 3, Mia Delarme, I apologize. Number 4, Victoria Small. Number 7, Ryan O'Connor. Number 11, Dylan Steele. Number 16, Sophia Harari. And number 55, Miley Snodgrass. Your Maryvale Lions are coached by Missy Little. And now the Eagles of Annapolis Area. The reserves, starting with number 1, Sydney Anderson. Number 4, Bree Newton. Number 5, Mackenzie Gianni Cook. Number 6, Gianna Bonnet, I apologize. Number 8, Charlotte Ditmar. Number 10, Maya Elliott. Number 12, Olivia Wheeler. And number 15, Leah Hansen. And now the starting lineup for your Eagles. Number 2, Peyton Brown. Number 3, Scarlett Netherton. Number 7, Sophia Groshek. Number 9, Avery Lettinga. Number 11, Harper Walker. Number 13, Abisola Adiamo. And number 17, Dakota Pentorn. The Eagles are coached by Jen Groshek. Annapolis area is 13-0 overall with a 9-0 conference record. To make it to the championship game today, the Eagles beat Mercy Magic. The Maryville Lions upset Garrison Forest and have an overall record of 10-3. And let's get this championship game underway. If you're just tuning in, the Lions will be the visiting team, the Eagles the home team. And you are in for some great volleyball this afternoon. Serve will start with the Lions. Both crowds with very vast student sections, so we are in for a treat for this A-Conference championship. Set to serve for Maryville first will be Mia Dellerme. Lions serve. Pass up. Eagles get a tip. Set to the outside for the Lions with a nice spike. Eagles look to answer here with another great spike on the outside from number 3, Scarlett Netherton. And she sticks it. 1-0 Eagles. Serve goes over to number 17, Dakota Pentor for the Eagles. Set up, set to the middle, and finding the hole is the Lions, number 11, Dylan Steele. Back to serve for the Lions. Number 2, Peyton Brown. Oh, I apologize, number 2, Abby Trissini. With an ace for the first set. Tranchini back up to serve. Set to the outside for the Lions. A spike and a kill coming from the outside hitter, number 16, Harari. Tranchini with the serve. And point, Lions. Made a carry on Groshek for the Eagles. Tranchini to serve. Eagles get it up and back. Outside for the Lions, a spike and a block for the Eagles. Unfortunately, the Eagles just couldn't get a hand on that one. And Lions run away with it 4-1. Eagles looking for a quick side out here. Tranchini with the serve. And an ace falling right over the tip of the net. Tranchini again for the Lions. Tips the net. Eagles get it up. Set back. Great dig from the Lions. Set with an outside hit. A dink. Can the Eagles return it on a free ball? They do. Lions get it set for a 10. Just a little too much on that hit. Out of bounds. Point for the Eagles. Serving for the Eagles is number 3, Scarlett Netherton. Serve is up. Great pass. Back to the Eagle side. Set back for Groshek with the kill. Eagles will keep the ball, looking to narrow the gap. Lions up to the center, outside hit, spike, block from Peyton Brown and Sophia Groshek. Close the block beautifully. Making our score 6-4 Lions. A great dish over the net from Miley Snodgrass. Eagles just couldn't get there. Inside out Maryville. Back to serve for the Lions is Snodgrass. Set for the Eagles to the outside, a spike with a dig from the Lions. Free ball, sending it back to the Eagles. Now up to our center for a middle hit, a spike and a kill. That comes from number 2, Peyton Brown, who will now go back to serve. Brown to serve. Lions get it up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass to the outside with a spike. That ball looks like it was out. A little too much heat. Bringing us 6-7. Brown to serve for the Eagles. Nice play out of the net. Lions get it over. Pentorn up. Ball gets over the net. Eagles miscommunicate on the play. Lions point. Making it 8-6. Snodgrass with the serve. The kill comes from Groshek and the Eagles, making this a 1-point game. Back to serve is Groshek for the Eagles. Libero gets a nice pass up. Snodgrass sets for the kill, and it's in. A great hit by number 16 for the Lions. That's Harari. We seem to have lost our scoreboard here. 9-7, the Lions lead the Eagles. Back to serve for the Eagles. For the Lions, it is Harari. And Harari with the ace, making this a 10-7 game. Lions over Eagles. Harari back to serve. Just tipping the net. Eagles get it in the air. Outside to letting. The spike and the kill comes from number 13, Abisola Adimo. Back to serve for the Eagles is Lettinga. A little short, sending the point to Maryvale. Back to serve for the Lions, Victoria Small. Great play at the net, both teams. Snodgrass gets it in the air to Small. Small for a 10 from Harari. A little short from Harari. Into the net, making our score 11-9 Lions. Back to serve for the Eagles is number 11, Harper Walker. Snodgrass gets it to the outside for a hit. Great dig from the Eagles, set outside with a spike, and that was tipped. It'll be Eagles point. Bringing this within a 1-point differential. The serve for Walker. Harari to Snodgrass, Snodgrass to the middle. And a great play right over the top for Dylan Steele. Making it a 12-10 game. Back to serve for the Lions is number 3, Mia Delorme. That spike and kill comes from number 3, Scarlett Netherton, and we haven't seen a better hit today. Back to serve for the Eagles is Pentorn. Good play by the Lions. Snodgrass back set. Eagles look to save the ball out of the stands. Pentorn up and over. Snodgrass with the play over to the Eagles side. Outside set with a block. Eagles keep it up into play. Netherton again. Ball dances on the net. And we have a double hit from Steele. Great volley from both teams. And that point will tie us up. Pentorn to serve. A little too much heat. Lions ball. Lions point, I should say. back to serve for the Lions. It's number 2, Abby Tranchini. A little too much heat. Out of bounds, Eagles point. We're all tied up at 13. Serve goes for the Eagles. It's tipped by the Lions, and we have an ace for the Eagles. Serve for the Eagles comes up short. Points awarded to the Lions. Back to serve for the Lions. Eagles looking for a big hit from Brown. She hits it into the net, giving the Lions another point. I apologize for being delayed with the Maryvale numbers. They are a tad hard to see from up top. Eagles set from Pentorn with the spike and the kill from Avery Lettinga. And we are going point for point here in the first set of this A Conference Championship. Browns back up to serve for the Eagles. Up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass sets over to Pentorn. Pentorn back sets with a spike and a kill from Groshek from the outside. The Eagles came to play today. They are trying to keep a perfect record on the season. Sending it back to Brown to serve. A little too much on that one, sending it out of bounds and awarding a point to Maryvale. Back to serve for the Lions is Snodgrass. Up to Pentorn. She middle sets. That ball is in and good with the hit from I believe Abasola Adamio. Serve comes from Groshek. Lions play it. Snodgrass with a free. Up to setter. Number 4 for the Eagles has entered the game, Bree Mouton. Helping Eagles slide into their 18th point. Back to serve is Groshek. Lions play it. Snodgrass. Here comes a hit from Hilari. Over the top, back to Snodgrass. Outside hit from Harari. A little too much heat on that one. She sends it sailing towards the back wall. Eagles come up with another point, creating the biggest gap we've had all set. Groshek back to serve for the Eagles. Lions play. Snodgrass sends it over. Up to Mouton with the hit from Lettinga. Lions send a free ball back to the Eagles with a set. A great dig from Snodgrass. Harari sends it over to the Eagles. Mouton to set the outside for Lettinga, and she spikes it down for another kill. On that note, our Lions will call a timeout, and we'll be back in 1 minute. And just like that, we're back. Groshek still to serve. A hit from Harari. Just barely out. Maryvale's looking for a side out here. Groshek to serve for the Eagles. First error for Groshek on her serve. Swinging the ball over to Maryvale for Harari serve. Ball's up. Mouton to serve. Letting her with the spike. And the kill, finding that back corner of the Lions. Back to serve is Letting her. And an ace for Letting her. Another timeout from the Lions. We'll be right back after this minute timeout. And we are back out on the floor. Eagles looking to take set one. Letting her back to serve for the Eagles. Lions up to Snodgrass to the outside. Great block from the Eagles. Eagles get it up to their setter, Mouton. Out to the outside. Great dig from Harari for a 10. A spike and a kill for Harari, sending the swing of momentum back to the Lions. The serve will go to Victoria Small of the Lions. Eagles get it up to Mouton for the spike. And the dink for Adaimo. Bringing them being the Eagles, within game point. Walker with the serve. Snodgrass up for an outside hit. Ball is up. Great dig from Lettinga. Snodgrass up to the outside for a hit. Another great dig from Netherton. Mouton to set. Netherton with another kill that sends the Eagles winning set one. (25-18), Eagles take set one. 3 minutes in between sets. We will see you in 3. And we're back after breaking the action in between sets. If you're just joining us, the undefeated Eagles took set 1, 25-18 over the Lions. Set 2 is almost underway. Serve will be with the Eagles. And it is game time here in the second set of the A Conference Championship. Pentorn will start us off with a serve. A little too much heat. Maryvale's on the board to start. Back. A great smack there from Netherton. Great dig from the Lions. Harari with a little too much heat on that hit, making it Eagles point. Serves coming from Netherton. Ball is up. Snodgrass tries to push it over and cannot. Point Eagles. Netherton to serve. Pass up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass with a quick set. A little bit of a mistime there from Ryan O'Connor. And ball goes back to the Eagles. Netherton with the serve. Snodgrass with the set to O'Connor, and she dinks it right over the top of the block, making it 3-2 Eagles over the Lions. Back to serve for the Lions is number 2, Abby Tranchini. Block is up, great pancake from Snodgrass. Unfortunately, they could not keep it in bounds, and the Eagles will run away with that point. Back to serve for the Eagles is Peyton Brown. Maryvale keeps that one in play. O'Connor sends it over. Up to Pentorn. Pentorn sets up. Tries to set up Letting on the outside. Unsuccessful. Maryvale point. Our serve comes from Victoria Small, the libero for the Lions. Pentorn with a set out to Lettinga. Great dig for the Lions. And it looks like we had a double hit from an Eagles team member. Small with the serve. Ball's up. Pentorn back to Groshet. Looks again like Groshet had a double hit, sending the Lions ahead by a point. Small to serve for the Lions. And out of bounds. Eagles tying it up. Groshek to serve for the Eagles. A little too much heat. That ball sails out of bounds. In for the Eagles, Gianna Bonnet. Bonnet. And the serve from Snodgrass is out of bounds. All tied at 6. Back to serve for the Eagles is Leninga. And another short serve. Point for point here on bad serves for the start of the second set. Harari with the serve. Ball goes up and out for Leninga. Lions with the return. The spike and the kill comes from Abby Tranchini. On the outside over there. Sending Maryville up by 2. Harari with the serve for the Lions. Unfortunately, that hits Ademo out of bounds. Still a point for the Lions. Harari to serve. And an ace for Harari. Walker just couldn't get her hands on that one. Serve Harari. And too much heat. Out of bounds on the serve. Leads back to the Eagles ball. Back to serve for the Eagles is Walker. Tranchini sends that ball up and over, making it prime real estate for an Eagle spike. Serving is still Walker for the Eagles. Ball is up. Snodgrass gets to it, sends a free ball over. Eagles have that ball up, Leninga with the hit. Snodgrass sets a 10 for Harari. Harari tries to do the switch up and falls short, giving the Eagles 9. Back to serve for the Eagles is still Walker. Small keeps that ball in play. Eagles with a great dig. Walker up, Leninga with the hit. Harari didn't know what to do with her hands. And a point for the Eagles. That's a tough call to make. That ball's flying at you. You don't know whether to set or bump. Walker with the serve. Lions play it. Snodgrass with the set. And they can't get it over. That looks like Dylan Steele. Just tipped that ball into the top of the net, sending the Eagles into the lead. Walker to serve. Small with the play. Snodgrass keeps it in. Steele sends it over. Back to the Lions side. Walker plays the dig. And it looks like Bonnet on that had 2 hands on the ball. On that hit. Tying it 11-11. Up to serve for the Lions. Lions send it over. Eagles with a set outside to Netherton. Lions play it. Out to the outside for Abby Tranchini. But the block comes from the Eagles, who are just relentless at the net. Making our score. (12-11). Back to serve is Pentorn. Ball comes up to Snodgrass for the set on the outside to Tranchini. Oh, Walker had a great up to Pentorn, who tried to play it out of the net, wasn't able to. Making that a point for the Lions. Back to serve for the Lions is Dellerme. And that ball is out. Eagles up by 1. Back to serve is Netherton. A little miscommunication here for the Lions. Giving Netherton an ace. Maryvale has to figure out where they want to make their adjustments for the return. And didn't make them well enough. Another ace for Netherton and a timeout for Maryvale. We'll be back in 1 minute. And just like that, we're back with more action in the second set of the A Conference Championship volleyball game between the Annapolis area Eagles and the Maryvale Lions. The serve from Netherton for the Eagles. Snodgrass gets it to the outside for Harari. Harari with the hit, the spike, the kill. Unsuccessful block for the Eagles. Sending it back to Abby Tranchini of the Lions for serve. Eagles get it to Pentorn. She sets it back for Groshek with a dink over the top, and she gets the point awarded to the Eagles. Back to serve for the Eagles is Peyton Brown. Lions with the dig. Outside set to Harari. Letting up with the spike and the kill. Brown to serve. Lions get it up to Snodgrass, who sets the outside. Harari's there. Unfortunate out of bounds hit from Harari, but with all the heat. Brown to serve. Lions get it up to Snodgrass. Outside set to Harari once again. And the block from Adimo and Groshek sends the Eagle up 19 to 13. Brown's back to serve. Snodgrass sets up O'Connor. Pentorn sets a back hit up to Groshek. And who's there? Harari with the block. Our serves coming from Small of the Lions. Little miscommunication there from Lettinga and Netherton, bringing this game within 4 points. Lions with the serve. Small to serve. Same spot, same play. She is awarded another ace. Small to serve for the Lions. Netherton gets it up. Pentorn back sets Groshek. Groshek with the hit. Snodgrass back sets Tranchini. Pentorn trying with the dig. She gets it up, but into the net. Point, Lions. Lions bring this game back within 2. Small to serve. Netherton up to Pentorn. Pentorn up to Ademo. Back to the Eagles side now for an outside set on Lettinga. And that looks like a point for the Eagles. Great block from the Lions side, but the block then caused it out of bounds, which means it was tipped, awarding the point to the Eagles. Groshek with the serve. Lions get it into play. Snodgrass with the back set to Harari. Great dig from Netherton. Eagles send it over. Harari with the hit. And she can't get that wrist snapped and sends that ball out of bounds. Brings us to 21-17. Groshek to serve for the Eagles. Snodgrass sends it outside to Harari. Netherton gets it to Mouton, who gets it outside to Lettinga with a spike and another kill. Maryvale calls a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. And we're back. We're in our second set for the A Conference Championship. Groshek to serve for the Eagles. Lions get the ball up. Snodgrass sends it over on a free. Up to Mouton to set. She sets Lettinga. Snodgrass with the serve. Tranchini with the kill. And that point will go to the Lions. Eagles couldn't make the return on the Tranchini spike. Serves for Snodgrass. Eagles set, spike, and kill. Perfect textbook. Spike to the back corner from Ademo. Back to serve is Netherton for the Eagles. Small gets it to Snodgrass. Snodgrass gets it up for O'Connor. And Steele, my apologies, Dylan Steele, who finds the sideline and gets the point. Harari to serve for the Lions. Eagles up. Eagles with the spike. Snodgrass with the set for Harari. And off the side of her hand, she's unable to make it over into Eagles territory. That brings us to game point here for the Eagles. Walker to serve. Walker with a little too much heat puts Maryvale at 20. In to serve for Maryvale, looks like number 5, Sophia Calvary. Mouton sets. Snodgrass gets the ball up. They get it out. And a failed attempt to get the ball across the net. The Eagles take set 2, 25-20. With that, we will go to our 3-minute break in between sets and rejoin you for set number 3 in the A Conference Championship. As we start set 3, serve will go back to the Lions. We'll start with number 3 for the serve, Delorme. She gets it up and out of bounds to start this third set, getting the Eagles on the board first. Serving first for the Eagles is Pentorn. Delamy gets it up to Snodgrass, who's outside to Harari. And it's good. Tips the net, having it fall short, with leaving no Eagles blockers there. Back to serve is number 2, Abby Tranchini. Pentorn gets it outside to Netherton, who spikes the heck out of the ball to the back corner, sending the Eagles up 2-1. Now Netherton goes back to serve. Small, can't seem to get it to Snodgrass, leaving it an ace for Netherton. Eagles up 3-1. Netherton to serve. Harari up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass to the middle for O'Connor. Eagles with a powerhouse block from Brown, making this 4-1. And Netherton back to serve. Short into the net. And the Lions side out. Small is back to serve. Steele comes in for the Lions. Ball's up to Pentorn. Pentorn with a back set to Groshek. Groshek with a spike. Delmy with the dig. Harari hits it into the net, giving the point to the Eagles. Back to serve for the Eagles is Peyton Brown. And that hits the out of bounds pole, giving the Lions a point. Sending back Snodgrass to serve. Ball's played up to Pentorn. She outside sets Lettinga. Snodgrass, 10 hit for the Lions. Groshek with a hit. A dig from the Lions. Snodgrass outside to Harari, and a block from the Eagles, sending that ball out of bounds, making it point for the Lions. That great 10 hit came from Tranchini of the Lions. Back to serve is Snodgrass. Walker keeps it into play. And Ademo with the kill for the Eagles. Groshek back to serve. Lions play it. Snodgrass gets to it. Free ball from Tranchini. Up to Mouton to serve. Lettinga with the hit. Mouton keeps it afloat. Ademo sends it back over. Now it falls on the Eagles side with a 10 hit from Netherton, and she sends it out of bounds. Lions claw on their way back into this set. Snodgrass with the serve. Eagles played up to Mouton. Out. Eagles make something out of nothing. Ball goes to the ceiling. Eagles play. Lettinga sends it over. Snodgrass sends it up to Steele, who gets it over. Lettinga with a great hit. Snodgrass with the dig. Ball finds its way back onto the Eagles side. Outside for Lettinga. She tips it out of bounds. Eagles. That point is awarded to the Lions and sends Snodgrass back to serve. Lions have tied it up here in the third set. Seems to be a little bit of confusion. Now we're into crowd wars between the Eagles and the Lions. So it seems to be there's a question about rotation here for the Lions. That's what our referees are checking in on at the table. We'll step away while we wait for a little clarification and get set 3 back underway. Looks as if the Lions might have been out of rotation here. They've got them back in to the correct rotation. So it looks like the ball will go to the Eagles, stay with the Eagles. And that will send it back to Lettinga for a serve. And a point will be awarded to the Eagles for the lineup confusion on the Lions side. But that does not stop the Lions from starting this off with a great kill from Tranchini coming out of the long break. Snodgrass sets Harari in the back. Mouton outside sets Lettinga. I apologize, Netherton. Lions get the ball back over the net to the Eagles. Netherton tries to put the spike up. The Lions not having it. That point is awarded to the Lions. To the Eagles, I apologize. That was a bad block from the Lions. Point for the Eagles, my apologies. And a carry coming from the Lions. Back to serve for the Eagles is Walker. Snodgrass out to Tranchini. The block from the Eagles. Harari sends that ball back. Eagles send it right down the line. Netherton with the kill. Setting the Eagles up by 4. The score was incorrect, I apologize. We took a point away from the Lions because of the mishap. Walker to serve. Out. Now it is 10-7 Lions. And in for the Lions is Delorme, who will serve. Eagles put it up. Outside hit comes from Netherton. Lions with a great play on the ball. Netherton again with a spike and a kill down the line for the Eagles. She is lethal as an outside hitter. Pentorn back to serve for the Eagles. Delorme up to Snodgrass, outside to Harari. Harari with a hit and a kill. Misjudged a tad by Walker and the Eagles. Harari finds the back corner as a side out for her team. Making the score 11-8. Tranchini will serve for the Lions. Letting it up to Pentorn. Outside to Netherton, who just dinks it over the top of the Lions block and regains the possession for the Eagles. Netherton back to serve. Just short into the net. Awarding the point to the Lions, making that 12-9. Back to serve for the Lions is Small. letting up to Pentorn. Pentorn with a great set to Brown. Lions return. Let's try this again. And Netherton with a 10 hit from the back row. Right down the center of the court. And on the inside of the lines. Making it 13-9, Eagles. Back to serve for the Eagles is Peyton Brown. Lions get it up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass with the center for Steele. Steele returns it. Eagles send it out to Groshek with an outside hit and a kill. Making this a 14-9 set. Eagles keep the serve. Peyton Brown. Small gets to Snodgrass. Snodgrass to the outside for Harari. Harari with the hit. Brown puts it up. Pentorn back sets Netherton. Netherton push. Small gets into the air, but Maryvale has a lack of communication, leaving that ball to die on the floor. And on that note, Maryvale calls a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. And we're back. Peyton Brown with the serve for the Eagles. Ball gets up to Snodgrass. We got a free ball coming over from Dellerme. Brown up to Pentorn. Pentorn to Adimo, and she sticks it to the Lions for that spike. Brown back to serve for the Eagles. Lions play it. Snodgrass set outside to Harari. Harari with the hit. The block comes from the Eagles, and that ball comes from out of bounds. Looks like the Eagles are trying to say it was a net hit, not a block. Snodgrass with the serve. Netherton up to Pentorn. Pentorn to the outside for Lettinga. Great block from the Lions. Groshek with a free ball over. Small returns up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass to Harari. Harari with the spike. Pentorn back sets Groshek. Groshek just ever so slightly out of bounds. Makes it 16-11. Big hit from Netherton with the dig from Tranchini. Eagles play it up and out. Groshek keeps that in bounds. Small to Snodgrass. Snodgrass to Steele. Great block from Adimo. Sending that back into the Lions, and Harari spikes it right into her own net, making it 17-11 for the Eagles. Back to serve for the Eagles is Groshek. And she sends it into the net, awarding the Lions a point. In for Groshek. Bonnet. Harari with the serve. Too much heat. Sending the Eagles into their 18th point. And letting into the serve. Harari gets it up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass back sets, I believe, Lauren Shaw. Eagles come up with a big spike from Netherton on the outside. Back to serve for the Eagles is Lettinga. Harari up to Snodgrass. Snodgrass on the outside to Tranchini. Good block from Adimo. Harari sends it over on a 10, and the Eagles miscommunicate in the back. 19-13 Lions. 2 substitution for the Lions, bringing in Delorme to serve, and O'Connor up in the front row. Ball comes up. Set to the outside. A return from the Lions. Mouton to set on the outside. Harari with a great dig. Snodgrass on the outside to Tranchini. Letting us sends it back over to the Lions' den. Tranchini with a giant hit for the Lions. Big hit, and should be a momentum swing here for the Lions. Delorme to serve. I stand corrected, that's not Delorme serving. That is Calvary serving for the Lions. Mouton sets outside for Netherton. And it's out. Lions are closing the gap. Calvary to serve for the Lions. Mouton sets out Netherton. Netherton with a spike and the kill for the Eagles. Eagles within 5 points of victory here for the A Conference Championship. Walker back to serve. Harari to Snodgrass. Snodgrass on the outside gets it to Tranchini. And a big block from Mouton and Brown to give the Eagles 21. Walker to serve for the Eagles. Small to Snodgrass. Snodgrass up to O'Connor. A tip comes in from Netherton, and it just sails out of bounds. Now back to serve is Delorme for the Lions. Ball played up to Mouton. Netherton to spike, and Harari just can't get that ball up to Snodgrass. Ball sails out of bounds, point Eagles. Timeout Lions. 22-16. We will be right back after this 50-second timeout. And we're back. In for the Eagles. Pentorn for Brown. For Mouton, I apologize. And Groshek for Bonnet. Back to serve for the Eagles is Pentorn. Lord have mercy, I apologize. Lions get it up. Harari sends a free ball over to the Eagles. Walker to Pentorn. Up to Netherton. Small can't keep it in. Sends that ball out of bounds. Sending the Eagles up to 23 points. Pentorn with the serve. Snodgrass sends it up. Netherton and Brown are there to greet Transini's hit. Making it game point here for the Eagles, looking to sweep this in 3 sets for the A Conference Championship, leaving them an undefeated season. Pentorn with the serve. Harari up to Snodgrass, out back to Transini. Ball stays alive. Walker up to Pentorn. Pentorn outside to Netherton. Netherton down. Harari with the dig. Snodgrass up. O'Connor with the hit up. And just like that, the Eagles will take the A Conference Championship and have a perfect undefeated season. We will stick around for the awards ceremony. Amazing effort from both sides. Shout out to Maryvale for making it to the championship game. And shout out to the Annapolis Area Christian Eagles for an undefeated season and a job well done in today's championship match. We appreciate you tuning in. We will be covering the B Conference game next between the Gerstel Academy Falcons and the Glenelg Country Dragons. But first, your awards for the A Conference champions. Congratulations to both teams on making it to the championships. And congratulations to the Eagles for an undefeated season here in the 2025 season. Your new volleyball champions, the Annapolis Area Christian Eagles. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Morgan Knox. Take care.